Recall when Chair said that he finds it concerning that police officers and generals in particular are afraid to mention the name of certain people, the names of certain people.
Yes.
And he referred to you, and then he referred to another general.
Yes.
And the name that the general, which is General Senona, was afraid to mention was Mutsumi. Do you know why he would be afraid to mention his name?
I don't know, but I know why I didn't want to mention certain names, because I have established that even those who are on the other side or investigating, they are close to the same people, and you don't know who you are dealing with. So, hence I said, even me is now publicly saying this. I don't think I've been brave to do this, because it's not easy if you have information about certain things. So General Senona might be having different information about the individual, which I don't know. My engagement with the individual was because he was a complainant and was referred to me, as many people are referred to me.
And your fear of wanting to mention the name that we haven't mentioned is because that person is part of this group of 5 that you told Witness A about?
Actually, I didn't want anybody to be mentioned, which I mentioned there. But my prayer didn't get through, so maybe I need to pray more. But it didn't get through. I didn't want any name to be mentioned for that matter.
When you say any names, who do you mean?
All those names you were mentioned.
Zay?
All those names, I don't know, all those names which were mentioned.
Well, I want to understand why you would have a fear mentioning a politician's name. So, Mr. Malema, why would you be afraid to mention a politician's name? He's a public figure.
Politicians have followers. It's like a priest. You don't know who's mad out there, who can do what when you say things. So I have seen a lot in the 38 years I'm working with the police. So I understand.
So what I'm waiting to see how the money that was paid by the council, ANC councils in Northwest Province, about 335 million rand into a private company owned by Suleiman Karim, one of the alleged member of the Big 5 cartels. Remember, people, the Big 5 cartels are executive. It's like an entity. It's a mafia. It's an entity of the 5 people. Underneath every person there are other people underneath, okay? Got 5 people who are Big 5 cartels. You got other arms, people who are specializing in certain criminal activities underneath them. There are also people who are linking across. We saw Sergeant Kosi linking as an information transfer person that goes across them. All right? And that Big 5 cartel organogram that we saw. That is the structure. They have a structure, people. They have a structure. And then underneath, they're also a political patronage. We now have EFF there with the leader, Julius Malema, being linked somehow there. But we don't know what are these patronage and benefits that are they linked for. But we can now assume based on their stance around anti-enforcement stance towards the illegal immigration into South Africa, and mainly, about 100%, close to 100% of them work in these illegal mines as illegal miners, the so-called Zama Zama. And then those illegal mines are monitored by the Big 5 cartels. Some of them, because they've got their own specialties. So stop saying, oh, CBS is it the Big 5? No. CBS is underneath. It's probably the person in the policing that give them protection. We also have politicians that give them protection. So they link. These are linked. They're linking them, but they're not part of them. They're linking them so they get some benefit from them in terms of political funding, in terms of if it's a political party, in terms of political funding, in terms if it's a policing, we saw some police with Rolex, okay? Rolex, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, all right? So, General Shibiri. Okay, you can ask yourself that. How a general gets to afford a Rolex. Yep. And Louis Vuitton. Gucci. We have these big 5 cartels. We now have 3 of them. We know that Steve Mutsumi is at the top. One is the one that they even mentioned the name Steve Mutsumi, get generals to piss their pants. And we got another one called we'll call KT Mulefe. We got another one, Kat Matala. And we have the other 2 that haven't been named. So this is an organogram. The big 5 are big 5. They have other people they work with. It could be Shadrach Sibiya, it could be our Sergeant Nkosi, it could be anyone. It could be politicians that they call to arrest, Kawula. It could be, somebody else. But they are big 5 cartels. And they have their own specialties. And around where they work, there's usually a lot of extortion. There is a lot of illegality that's happening around them. The so-called criminal economy built around that stuff, built around hijacked building, built around spaza shop, built around human trafficking. Might be a strong overlap between South Africa's criminal economy, political patronage network, and anti-enforcement activism around undocumented migration. However, each of this link must be proven, must be tested. All right. So far, there's been some glimpse of that link, of that criminal economy, anti-enforcement activism. When we're talking about criminal economy, we're talking things like Zama Zama. Zama Zamas are in these illegal miners, These illegal miners, overwhelming up to 98% are illegal immigrants, aka undocumented immigrants. And the people who own these mines are the members of the big 5 cartels. And there you go with the strong anti-enforcement activism of some political party like EFF and some NGO, notably against every time when citizens complain about undocumented immigrants and their burden to South Africa's economy as a whole and taxpayer. You find that there is a strong people that come out to protest, either fund indirectly behind these NGOs so that they don't show it's them, or actually use certain political party, EFF, to go against that. There is a reason for that. The reason for that is that these people work in those illegal mines run by the big 5 cartels, one of the big 5 cartels. Now, then you go to the CTR, cash in transit. The same thing, you find the same. And then you go to the hijacked building. What do you find? You find the same people in there, overwhelmingly illegal immigrants in those hijacked buildings. Then you go to, Zama Zama spoke about Zama Zama. And then you find in those hijacked buildings, there are political parties and politicians that allow this building to be hijacked. Yep. There are political parties that allows the buildings to be hijacked by illegal immigrants so they can go and work at Zama Zama, where the mines are owned by the big 5 cartels. Okay? That's where the link, the criminal economy network. When I'm listening to Matlanga Commission of Inquiry, I want to see that we sort of saw a little bit of that glimpse in Karim's testimony, but we haven't gone that far to see that money, 335 million rands from the Northwest municipality, how it circulated around, where did it end up?